Hello everyone, so in this video let's talk about the easy world problem from Leetcode. The problem name is word pattern. So let's start. Even though it is given a easy tag, it is not that much easy. So let's stay with me, it will give you a good amount of understanding of different data structures as well. So the prompt statement goes like this, that you're given a pattern and a string S. You have to find out if S follow the same pattern. So what is this pattern all about and what you can check here? As you can see here is that you are given some pattern like this, A, B, A, and you're given some string like this, dog, cat, cat, dog. So as you can see here that the pattern is being followed by the string, because if you map A to dog, cat to B, so it will be again cat which is B and dog which is A. So the string, all these like you can say words in this particular string is mapped to a particular character, and whatever is the pattern of these characters in this string, these words should follow the same pattern. That is the overall problem statement that you are asked to check. As you can see, if you mapped A with dog, B with cat, B with cat, now A should be dog, but A is fish, so that is wrong, so that is false. I hope you understand what the overall actual ask of this problem is. So what you can do to solve this type of problem, what you can say here is that I have to somehow first get all these words. Okay. So all these words, how you can get the common, you can say identifier, or the common part in which you can break and check that whether a word is there is the spaces. Okay, you can add an extra space at the end of this string as well, so that whatever word you have, you can get an identifier that it ends as at a space, and you can get all these words in some vector, whatever you want, or in some container in which you get all these words. Now you can do again one for loop over every word possible and check that you have to do a mapping of a character to this word. So this is the first character, this is the first word. You can first store all the words in some vector. Let's say I have dog, cat, then cat and dog in some vector. Then you can check that what is the first character in this string A. So you will map dog with A. Then you will check that, okay, whether cat is already mapped. If it is not mapped, what is the next character? B. So you will map cat with B. The next character is cat. Do you check that cat is already there? Yes. So cat is already mapped to B. And what is the next character? B. So that is fine. So you will check that whether this particular, let's say, string is already mapped. If it is already mapped, what is the character it is mapped to? Let's say this A, or let's say B. So this B should map to the character I am pointing at. So I'm pointing at B. So that is fine. If it is not, then it is false. So if there is a new character to word mapping or character to a string or word mapping, you can just create that. If it is already present, then it should be the same thing. And it should follow the same pattern. In the end, if all the pattern is followed, print the answer or else the answer. That's the complete logic of this particular problem. Let's move on to the code part now. So what we have done is that we have taken a vector to store all the words in this vector of strings. We'll push back a space at the end of this string, so that I've told you that we can get a common identifier to extract out all the words. Then, as you can see, I've pushed back a space. This is the empty string. And then we'll iterate over the complete string. And whenever I hit a space, which means that I've completed a current word, I will push that particular word in this particular vector, st vector, so that we have all the different words stored there, and we can keep on appending the characters to get the current word, and in the end, we can get all the complete words. So it's a simple, pretty much standard way to get all the words from a particular string based on the space. Okay. Now we have to first, we can directly just do one small check that the string, okay, the string that we have, as you can see, the string that we have is of length 4. The characters that we have should also be of, let's say, 4. Let's say we have 4 characters that we have pushed to this vector, because if it is smaller, the pattern should be followed. So then the answer is already false here. Okay. I've used a particular code to explain this particular logic out. I have used this code. Then what you can see here is that then we have two things. We have to make a mapping of a character to a string. that we can store it here. And we can also make a check set to store that if this particular word is already existed, that we have already mapped this particular word to a particular character. So we'll do a for loop, okay, over this particular pattern. Check that this pattern already exists in the map. If it already exists in the map, okay, or it is not. If it is not exist, which means that this is a not sign, which means that this particular pattern, like this particular word, okay, sorry, I have taken the ith pattern, the ith character. Let's say the ith character is A. So I just check that whether, because it's a mapping to a character to a string. So I can just pass a character. So let's say the character is A. So I just already check that whether A is already mapped to some string, or let's say some word. If it is already mapped, what you can see, then we can go to this else condition. If it is not mapped, I will map this particular character to this word that I have extracted out here, and then insert it inside the set as well, that I have mapped this word to this particular character. So this is the case in which the mapping doesn't exist. But if the mapping does exist, I have to check that what is the character this string is mapped to. I can get it by passing the character, and I will get the string here, because this map will give me a character to a string mapping. So this will return the string this character is mapped to. So if I am on dub B, what is the, let's say, string this B is mapped to? And if it is equal to the string I am on, the ith word I am on, let's say the ith word I'm cat, and B is already mapped to cat, then it is fine. But is this particular word is not mapped to the word I have stored, that is in the mapping of cat to the word, if it is not equal, then the answer is false. And if we get all the for loop passed, that if we have got that this pattern matches, then in the end we return true. Okay, that's the complete logic of this particular problem out. Okay, I've used some code, I've modified it as well. That's a pretty much standard code, and how you can look upon and solve this particular problem out. If you still have any doubts, you can mention in the comment box of this particular video. I will see you in the next one. Till coding, and bye.